welcome back into the shop, everyone. What we have here is a 3 horsepower industrial saw stop. Now, stacked up here is more than just the saw. We have the saw down here, the long 52-inch fence over here, and then we have the base and then some other items here for the router table. Now, I was going back and forth with several specs of this saw between the 3 horse and the 5 horse, the industrial and the professional, and then a router table or not, and then all these other things that I didn't know if I should add. So this right here is pretty much what I came up with. And in this video, I'm pretty much going to be setting up everything that I have sitting right here, and hopefully it should be informative and entertaining to you guys. So with that said, we have some boxes to open. Originally, I was expecting the saw to show up separately from all the accessories, but when the big pallet showed up with everything else stacked up on top, I was pretty excited. This is literally insane. So I got everything laid out here so we could see it a little bit nicer before we dig into each box. Probably gonna need this and probably this. Alright, you guys are gonna see this the same time as me. Oh, that was anticlimactic. Before I started putting the saw together, the first thing I wanted to do was put it on the base, and as you'll see here in the video, I was able to do it by myself without an engine hoist or any help like that. It was a little bit creative. I wouldn't recommend it. I ended up sliding the saw towards the edge of the pallet and then placing a 2x4 underneath, and then once the saw was on the base, I was then able to remove the 2x4. I cannot believe that actually worked. Ooh. Now that the hardest part of this is done, it was time to open up the other boxes. When the pallet was brought in, I removed some of the rubber tiles in the shop, and before opening up everything else, I wanted to get those back in place. This is what I've been looking forward to right here, a 52-inch long rip fence. The other one I had was just over 30 inches and it just was never enough for those larger panels. And this is going to be so exciting because I can do much bigger pieces. In the past, when it comes to router tables, I've actually had some pretty creative solutions that I've come up with. In several of the other videos, what you might have seen is my Makita plunge router actually clamped in the vise, and that kind of served as my router table for a few years. And that's why this is so exciting, because with this router table, it gives me the opportunity to produce better quality work. I get to use larger bits. I get to also feel safer while doing it, and also it should be a little bit cleaner as well. The dust box underneath should do a good job of sucking up all of the router dust. Cut something.
woodworker saw.